Criminal to deliver the spoils of industry. Crimson are the rivers, bleed our grief into the sea. Steam train running on a restless rail, speeding right into the rising gale. Shovel harder 'cause we're on your tail.
Hello and welcome to Blades in the Dark, the Blackwater Exchange. This is a show about a crew of audacious career criminals and framing people for your crimes. Sometimes.
Important part of the process.
Important part of the process. When you've done something illegal, blame someone else. And make sure the proof is there.
Yep.
Conveniently.
We are a good role model for the children.
Last we left off, you guys, after basically committing an act of terrorism and blowing up one of your once friends, now kind of turned rivals, going with the stronger side.
I thought that was a grind as he did that.
Exactly, I like that. He says in a court of law to every newspaper he can. Allegedly, the grinders blew up the Lampblacks. It was the Blackwater Exchange. You did a score because you guys had a lot of heat. Now, the heat wasn't you directly, it was at the whole of Crow's Foot.
Yeah.
It was every gang in the area, because it was Crow's Foot. The Blue Coats were kicking down doors, cracking skulls, and were really, really pushing for an arrest. They wanted someone to blame. And they found it conveniently, or have they? Well, they have definitely got a lead, as you guys had set up the grinders. It's a fact. Grinders are a Scov faction. You have Thadeus has personal issues with the Scovs. You've helped the Scovs earlier, or kind of accidentally, almost start a revolution. But you helped them cause riots at least.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked out nicely for you guys that after the riots, about a month later, this bomb goes off.
Yeah.
It tied in for this whole, anti-establishment from the Scov sentiment.
It did work into the narrative, you're alright.
And and the Grinders are a known extremist revolutionary group of Scovs who are known to be in Doskvol to raise money to steal a ship. Because they basically want to restart the war.
Correct.
That's a known thing. This
Correct.
guy Hutton's a bit of a dreamer. But he is seen as a figurehead of the Scov community, and you've planted evidence by intimidating witnesses, by using your chemical knowledge of bombs to basically set up the grinders, and then using your high society contacts to point the judges and the magistrates in the direction of the grinders. And it seems to have worked. We're going to see how well it's worked out now in payoff, because your last score was reducing heat.
It was, yeah.
But that's where it's going. So currently you're at a bit of a crossroads. The grinders have declares war on you.
They have.
As they try to see some of your turf, seeing that, they were getting blamed for stuff in the papers, they've come to see some of your turf. Whether they know it's you or not, that had set them up, you don't know. The water rats basically threatened you guys, saying if you don't pay us, we're going to tell Ulf Ironborn, another Scov leader who was one of the men behind the riots, that that you sent one of his men to the death, and that you set the Scovs up. And you basically, fuck you, we did our job, we've got paid for it, we're not paying you anything, and we're gonna, we'll come after you.
Yeah.
You've then put a 5 coin bounty out, saying that we'd rather pay anyone but them to kill the leader. And specifically contacted the Hush Bell, a brutal gang of assassins who are known for sending a message, the kind of gang that skins people, hangs them upside down by their feet, and leaves them hanging over canals.
I think this is going to end well.
Yeah. I don't see why it could end badly.
So definitely a few things coming to war. Technically you are at war.
Yeah.
So picking up where we last left off and going straight into it. Notes for the week. Because last few episodes have been very back to back in short time frame. So we're going to do payoff and heat and stuff first, and then we'll go into the week's news.
Okay.
So payoff, what's your current heat level? Just for funsies.
7.
7.
No, that's my stress.
Yeah, no,
It's still seven.
Still 7.
One of level 3, right?
Our heat level is directly correlated to your stress.
Yeah.
The more heat you are, the more stressed out you are.
Yeah.
So one of level 3 or 4, with the level 7 out of going to the next level.
Yeah.
Level, lots of levels, but yeah.
3 out of 4, 7 out of 9.
Okay, cool. So after a score, you get coin, you get reputation. You also, of course, get anything you have done, i.e. any consequences of your actions. So the first thing is your rep. The grind is R tier 2. You go to tier 1, so you get a rep for that.
Yeah.
Even though it's not public knowledge that's happened, you know, your gang knows, people close to you know, you get some rep for it.
Cool.
But you get 2 rep per score by default, so it's 3 total. So it's 1 additional, to the additional 2.
Ooh, close.
So we got a bit of rep there. People are
Yeah,
scared.
we don't want rep at the moment.
We're gonna keep it under
Yeah.
the radar.
Coin. You score coin depending on successful operations. Now, this wasn't really a coin-based one. You didn't seize any assets.
No.
But you still get... It's a small job, you know, and having some blackmail and some money coming in, that kind of thing. I'd say you still get 2 coin, plus whatever you roll. We'll do your roll for downtime for the vice den after you've reduced heat. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because at the moment you've got no chance of making money from the vice den.
So we get 2 coins. So
Get 2 coin.
we've currently got 7 in our vault, so that's 8 in our vault.
I would say because it's not a job, I would say in this one, the crows won't be asking for tribute.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I'm not being easy in there. I mean, it's not what you guys did, like that's just your general income.
Right.
They're not going to be asking tribute. I will say this, if you get a lot of money from your vice den, like if you roll a 6, they're going to hear about it, they're going to know about it and be like, yeah, we want some of that. Like, if you have a great night, they're going to want some.
Okay, we need a 5 then.
'Cause we've also got money in our personal supply.
You got a
3
lot of
coin.
money right now.
Yeah.
You got a lot of money. I really hope no one hears about that.
Well, how could they in our secure and hidden vault?
Yeah, as long as no one finds out. But it is secure hidden. Like, it will be a lot of work, to be fair. It will be a lot of work. You know, you guys know this. Even if they found it, get into it.
And Merrick keeps 3 sets of records.
Yeah,
Do you remember?
one for you guys,
Yeah.
one for the crows, and then one for the blue coats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
pretty much.
public, yeah, like
I don't know.
the real ones, the gang ones, and the public.
I don't know
ones.
if Merrick has his own personal ones for Thaddeus, because I don't. I'm not.
Yeah, what are all these like arcade expenses going with them?
Not yet.
Playing into that paranoia.
Oh, I know.
So reducing heat. I think we should roll a fortune dice to see how well you guys respond.
Roll 3 fortune dices, did you say?
Yeah, we're gonna roll. Yeah, because the blue coats are a tier 3 gang.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I think we roll 3 dice.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna, because that's for the blue coats, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say a +1 for you convincing Crab Skidditch to help point, because you did that really well.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're gonna roll 4 dice, and I think that's how we works out. We'll say you lose D3 wanted level.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So the highest scores are 1 to 2, you lose 1 wanted level. If the highest score is 3 to 4, you'll lose 2. If the highest score is a 5 or a 6, you'll lose 3 wanted levels.
Okay.
And if you say crit, you go to 0. We'll say that.
Okay.
Because this is how well
Yep.
the blue coats are going after the grinders.
I mean, it's been like 2 episodes in the making. Like, we
it's a
made,
big one.
and the whole score was, last episode was to set him up. So, yeah.
I think what you guys have done is a majority. So you've done 2 scores on it. You've planted a lot of evidence in the bomb-making department.
Yeah.
You've secured a location. You've intimidated a captain, and then you've used your high society contacts. Like, I honestly don't see what more you guys could really do.
Yeah.
Without short of like arresting Hutton himself and walking him and then getting him to sign a confession. Like, so I think 4 dice.
This is literally our wanted level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do 2 dice each?
Let's do 2 dice each.
And also, I mean, on this note, you've also got to the cameras, just a reminder, Hemlock working behind the scenes to purposely deflect suspicion from you because of his ties to the Red Sashes and the Crows. Like, it's in everyone's interest for this to go away very quickly, and an anti-Scov sentiment. But I've got something else for you, so don't worry.
Okay.
It's not all good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Big crit.
4. Oh, it's 2.
So you lose 2 wanted levels. So you got wanted level 1 with still a heat of 7.
Cool. Well, that's a lot better than wanted level 3.
Right.
That is, it's about the level we were at just before the bomb.
We're back to square 1.
With a lot more money.
a lot more money.
Although that was an awful roll.
It was on 4 dice.
Now you get heat from your own last operation.
True.
So we there's no point in doing the vice then because we.
Yeah, nothing from it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. There's not gonna be no heat on this one, because the last goal was reducing heat.
Oh wait.
you'll get
No, we
-1.
can do an action to reduce heat. So we could actually get one.
Oh, you could do
-1
as well,
heat in
yeah.
downtime.
Yeah, -1 heat in downtime anyway, so you get -1, so you're down to 6. If you want to, I'm guessing you do that now.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're down
yeah.
to. But
And then you can still take action
Take an
during
action.
downtime,
we could.
because the vice then can be done at any point during downtime.
Yeah.
So you could take actions to reduce your heat.
oh, sorry, it's down to 5, is it?
It's down to 6.
6. Sorry, we're on 7.
Cool. So I will now roll for entanglements to see what has happened. So you're what, level 1 now?
One level
So it's 1 dice,
with
but
heat 6.
on the heat 6 chart. Oh, that's always fun.
I really should look at
I
the
rolled a
charts.
5. Yes. Oh, that happened. Cool.
A thing happened.
A thing happened. Cool.
Cool.
So, notes from the week. What's happened recently? You guys are now at war with the grinders. You have -1 downtime action each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're also down to tier 1 week.
Tier 1 week. Tier 1 strong, you're not tier 1 weak. The grinders, to give you an idea of what they are, I think they were tier 2 strong because they've got the support of the scobs, but I'm just going to double check exactly what they are so you know what you're fighting against.
Yeah.
The water rats are not at war with you. It is the grinders. The grinders are now, they're tier 2 weak. So they were tier 2 strong, they're tier 2 weak.
Either way, we're in over our heads.
So, some public knowledge. The blue coats are indeed trying to arrest the grinders. That is well known. Can you please make 2 clocks for me then?
Certainly.
First is called Scov Revolution.
How big are they?
12 and 8. Scov Revolution is a 12. Oh wait, you need to recode.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll do it live.
Will you ever need more than 8, Nat? No, Daniel. I will never need more than an 8 clock.
I've specifically asked you. Okay, so we got a 12 and an 8.
Yeah, 12 and an 8.
What are they called?
12 is Scov Revolution. Please tick twice. It's 2 ticks on that.
Okay.
And the second one is Destroy the Grinders. And that's got 2 out of 8.
Okay.
So, the grinders are being openly blamed by the blue coats and the papers, and it's, Scov revolutionaries destroy Crow's Foot, that kind of paper headline, merciless attack on the, citizens of Doskvol by Scov revolutionaries. Anti-Scov sentiment in the city is at an all-time high.
Yes.
They are being assaulted in bars. They are being kicked out of pubs. They are being... You've seen signs now. No Scovs, no dogs. That kind of thing. It's real bad to be a time to be a Scov. That being said, they are banding together. Riding high from a month ago on the failed riots, and people like Bell Brogan, and people like Hutton who are openly arguing with Bluecoats going, we have nothing to do with this, we would never do such a thing. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The further the anti-Scov sentiment, the more they are supporting their own.
Yeah.
The more they support their own, the more people go, look, they're sticking together, they're supporting terrorists, how dare they? It's real bad right now.
Okay.
There are fight, it's regularly fights in the streets.
We're just gonna cause war the whole of Doskvol.
Yeah, basically.
So,
Great.
Scov Revolution is how close the Scovlanders are to fighting back against basically the oppression. They're being outright oppressed right now. People are blaming them for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's pushing back. They're living in the ghettos. The Destroy the Grinders is you guys can help with either of these. Is the Blue Coats' intention now to outright take the Grinders out? The city fighting back against the Grinders, or the institution and the powers that be fighting back against this revolutionary group. Whether they believe it or not is kind of relevant now. They're being blamed. That's it.
Yeah.
The Blue Coats might not believe it and might be working towards their own conclusions for who did the bomb, but it's in everyone's interest for the Grinders to be blamed and for it to go away. So these push-pull clocks mean that the Grinders and the Scov Revolution both go up and down depending on your actions. and depending what happens behind the scenes, i.e. if you suddenly start destroying the grinds as well, the blue coat's going to have an easy time of it. It's less of them, more evidence, that kind of thing. If you guys suddenly start trying to whip the Scotlanders up and helping people like Belbrog and like Ulf, you may
Sounds good.
You know, maybe you want to help
I
them.
don't think that will happen.
Of course, if you guys start attacking those Scov leaders, you know, like destroying the grinders, the higher that gets, the less more likely a Scov revolution, depending what happens, and vice versa. The more likely a Scov revolution, the harder it is to destroy the grinders.
Right, okay.
So those clocks are not directly linked, but indirectly linked.
And whichever one fills up first is going to happen.
Basically, yeah. I mean, maybe neither will. Maybe both will. Maybe they destroy the grinders and they will be revolution. Maybe that'll be the final catalyst. The Scovs are like, it's bullshit. We'll see. So they're indirectly linked. So you've got an idea that they will be related depending on what happens.
Okay.
The question now is, as you take stock of the situation, what would you like to do?
What would we like to do? Merrick. So we've each got an action.
Yeah.
A downtime action.
And you
Just
have
the
a
one.
spare
You've
one.
got a free
I've
one.
got a free one.
Which
Either of us can use.
Yep.
Thaddeus will do some stress relief.
You sure you need it?
What are the traumas going to have?
And he's out of the session early on.
No, I will. I'll go home, spend some time with my family. It didn't really soothe me down last time. It really didn't de-stress Thadeus, as he was having reoccurring visions and nightmares of the awful things he's done recently, both setting off the bomb against the against the Lamp Blacks, and also basically blowing up a prominent scientist as well.
A young genius.
A young genius, yeah, in her field, which he felt was necessary for his own continuing survival, but was not happy with the decision and was is fighting with himself to do it. After that being said, after seeing the trials and tribulations of the Scov people, this is sort of lightening his mood quite a lot. So he feels like some nice time with his family, some nice homely experiences and nice homely
reading the papers like more this is brilliant.
Yeah, asking his son to get his slippers as he sits at home, reading the anti-Scov sentiment in the far right.
We are not making light of racism. We are making light of how awful a person a Thadeus is that he enjoys this.
Yeah.
He's reading his far right newspapers and laughing it up in his own home.
This guy is everything that is wrong with the world.
So 4 dice
in terms of prejudice.
Ooh, that is.
6.
I got 6. That's not bad. So I go down to 1. Yeah, 1.
Oh, last session as well. Merrick was cut off
Oh
from
shit!
the Silver Stag Casino. He's been officially barred.
It's okay for now. I don't need to do any stress relief now. I mean, I'm kind of on the verge.
You might need to do a dance action to find a new supplier,
I might need to do
or a free play one. I know you want to do it, but yeah.
We'll worry about that later. I think what I want to do is we've got our wanted level down. Obviously, I think we could do getting that heat down. Otherwise, that wanted level
Yeah.
straight back up.
I was planning on using my free action to do that,
Okay.
or like you can do it.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'll give it to you.
We can see.
Right.
We'll see. Maybe if I do awfully, then you can do it as well. But what I want to do, because I think the war's going on, but business still continues. That's Merrick's view. So what I want to do is I want to make some processes. Go around all the vice turns, make sure all the processes are in place.
Nice.
For, making sure that all the supplies hidden
Spot checking.
The money laundering's happening in the right. Way.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Just like
You don't literally wash the money.
Yeah.
How many times do I explain this?
I want to give them things to check when new customers come in, make sure that background check stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Making it serious, making it into a real business.
Yeah.
So what action are you taking?
I feel like that's a command. I'm kind of commanding the business.
Yeah, makes sense. So you roll your command, and depending on the scores, how much heat you reduce.
All right, I have a whole dice for command.
Do you want a devil's bargain?
What would that be?
You teach them so well that one of your crew starts skimming from you because they know how to start manipulating the books. What this will manifest in game terms is you will always get -1 from your result until you take an action to clear it. I.e., so whatever you roll for the vice dens, it will be -1. until you take an action to go and find the culprit.
Yeah.
No, not taking
I'm
it.
good.
Okay.
I'm good. So, yep, from my command, that is a 2.
You reduce heat by 1.
Sweet. Amazing.
If only the second dice, eh? You can pay a coin to do it again, of course. Or someone else can do it.
Probably not worth it.
No. Do you want to, like...
I could do.
You can always do a quiet score.
No.
It's quiet.
I will. I think.
I think it's down to 5, so at least we could actually get something.
You're on a different chart now. If I was to roll again for entanglements.
Oh,
Okay.
right, okay.
Yeah, the charts go, I think it's 1 to 3, 4 to 5, and then 6 plus.
Yes.
Well, we get heat before entanglements, right? So.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
I will.
I've used both their free actions. Thadeus has one more because is it calculated, I think, the
Yeah,
ability?
yeah.
After this, if they want to do any more actions, they have to start paying for them. If free actions, of course, are okay, it's downtime actions, specifically things that improve their sheets or improve the gang.
Can I propagate a propaganda campaign against the Scots?
Yeah, like, how do you want to do it? Absolutely, of course,
Basically, hire a printing press,
yeah.
and I just start like Soviet Russia style, like just loads of like bright colours, sort of like with catchy slogans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I basically literally the whole
Scovs, no thanks.
Yeah.
Support
Incredible.
Doskvol, hate Scovs.
Yeah,
You're getting your own newspaper. I love it.
I think so.
You've got a book. You've got a ghostwriter. Thaddeus is like, I want to get involved.
I want to get involved in this.
He who controls the news controls the city, right?
I think I'm going to make my own printing press actually. So I'll start a project.
Are you physically going to make it? You can do that. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm
Awesome.
going to do. So I'll start a downtime project on it.
Okay.
To do that.
How do you want this to be, like little pamphlets, like a little mini one, or do you want to have like a full broadsheet? Like, because obviously the bigger the press, the more complex it is. So how do you want to start this, or how do you want to do
I think it's going to start as like like those like pseudo newspapers you get through from like the Labour Party and like Conservative Party, which are like Conservative Press or like Labour Today or something like that, where they're like newspapers, but they're actually just like 2 pages.
Yeah.
You know, like fold out 2 pages,
Yeah.
2 or 3 pages.
Okay.
Something like that. And I'll do it under the guise of like the I don't know. I might just like make up like. Is there any like
The Free People's Doskvol Herald?
yeah something like that, Free People's Doskvol Herald or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, first of all, I want to develop some sort of printing press.
A 60 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Merrick's going to stick his nose in and make sure that you're charging advertising revenue.
yeah, we'll put some advertising.
Look at all
on.
this space you could be using
It's
for
like your
adverts.
advert here on the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah.
We'll stick some ads in from the Silken News. You know, that's
Cool.
free space on there.
Yeah.
I will do a study roll to see if I can see the plans of existing presses and see if I can improve on design, make it a bit more
Do you
efficient.
have
and
a name for the publication?
stuff. The publication.
Doskvol Reporter, the Free People's Doskvol Herald. What's a particularly good propaganda-ish sounding name? The Truth Speaker.
The truth, Doskvol Truth Speaker or something like that. Something.
In brackets, name TBC.
Yeah. I'm just making the plans for this machine. I'm not.
Yeah.
Truth Speaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a study roll. Study roll for the first one. So I get +1 result level for this. It's a 6, so it goes up to a crit. 5 ticks.
5 ticks, well.
And what's the tick? Is it 6 tick? I'm going to add 1 tick on there for my analysis thingy.
Wow.
So yeah, I've got printing press.
You got printing press.
I will do the other action to actually craft it. So I'll spend a coin for that.
Crafting.
Tinker it.
I don't think there's too much we need to worry about here because it's
What sort of tier is it? Like,
I think for this, like a little printing press like that, like it's known technology. You're quite smart. You know what tinkering is. I think a tier 2 for this. Like,
right, okay.
You know.
See, I get +1 result. So that's a 5.
You guys make a drug that makes you recall memories, like a printing press seems a bit trivial by comparison.
So I get +1 result level for my artificer, I'm guessing it's Sparkcraft as it's
Yeah, so
mechanical
that is
equipment.
it. So yeah, 5 is tier 1, 6 makes
So it goes up
tier
to
2.
a crit because I got a workshop as well.
Oh, so it's
crafting.
tier 3.
Yeah, so tier 3.
So it's a really well made one.
Yeah, so we got a printing
Tier
press.
3 printing press. Specifically tier 3.
Wow.
And I feel like we need to pay money to make money, so I'll spend another coin to try and reduce the heat as well.
Okay.
And
So it's just on the note of the,
Sorry,
of the
yeah.
bit of drawbacks. It's not rare, it's not unreliable, it's not volatile, it's not consumable, it's conspicuous, but it's not. You need to
yeah,
use heat.
we're using it in our
absolutely.
workshop. So yeah.
Complex. I don't particularly think it is. Because a small one, a bigger one would be complex, having
Yeah.
multiple stages. So yeah, I think at the moment
It
you've
just-
got it.
Yeah.
You've got a printing press.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, it might work well for your books as well if you're planning on mass producing some of your books. I'll hire it out to you.
So in your criminal career, the best things you have right now are a ghostwritten book and a printing press. Not guns, not
I feel
drugs,
like-
not weapons.
I feel like we're in the wrong industry.
Yeah. You've got a single public.
We're a professional business.
a
We can
single
rent this
copy.
thing out.
Oh wait, have you got more copies of the book
No.
now? No, you
No.
just
Only got a
establish
single-
your persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've just got it to flash it,
Yeah.
and it's in the national. Oh, you must have had to send one to the national book records in Doskvol. You know, like they send it to the
Oh,
National
yeah,
Library
yeah,
in
yeah.
London. You know, every book is.
Did you send it with a return
every book.
envelope? Like, once you're done with this, please return. Prepaid. It's my only copy.
Yeah.
He never opens it in the rain. Only opens it inside.
Yeah. I think I want to try and reduce some heat. I'm
Okay.
sort of thinking how's best to do this.
Well, I've kind of put some process in place, but I feel like my low result was probably like... I think the process is good, but I've just not communicated them effectively.
I
What's your
might
take on that?
I might just like go in a more intimidating style, like basically, and try and like a captain of the ship, like
Yeah.
try and keep everyone like, even though I don't know what these processes are,
Yeah,
I don't need to know. I just need to know that they're enacted in the right way, and sort of like lean on certain people in our gang to sort of. Oh no, that's not reducing heat though, is it really?
You can't because you're reducing heat in the sense that you're less conspicuous.
Okay.
I think it works like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're working more in the background.
Yeah, because your heat is your overall criminal footprint, should we say?
Right.
Yeah.
So in the same way, like reduce their carbon footprint, you're reducing your criminal footprint.
Right. Okay. by taking ourselves away from the front line a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
like-
and putting people in positions of power who we can trust and who we know are going to do a good job because we've
Yeah.
sort of like hammered it into them that if they don't, then we're going to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But,
You know,
but
we're,
also,
we're dangerous people who you don't want to mess
but also
with.
this process make sure they're doing it right and doing it in a way that like isn't like.
Yeah, so if like a blue coat guy comes in, he's just like, oh, this is like, he might know to drug them, but he's like, it's a small one, it's not a big an operation.
Yeah.
Oh, look at, like, and it's not public,
All that big
right?
stuff's like hidden.
Yeah, and it's not a big one, where he looks across the road and he sees like one run by red sashes, that's public, he's like, that's what we've got to get rid of.
In that case, can I do something slightly different? Like I've just had an idea. You know how like I developed a walkie-talkie in the last
Yep.
episode.
The talkie-walkie.
The talkie-walkie, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I perhaps like wiretap one of our dens and have someone like listening to
Yeah.
customers' like conversations,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then use that information to sort of like maneuver our business like away from potential heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like I just put like a walkie-talkie under a chair or something like that, and we can hear like certain people's conversations.
Merrick walks in and there's Thadeus like, shh.
Yeah.
What are you listening to? Is that the radio? No, shh. You just hear some guy going, so then I got the groceries, right? Absolutely, yeah,
Something
like
like that.
It's just, you're going to listen to your patrons. I guess you get rid of dangerous patrons, steer the business in certain directions.
I think it'd still be a command because I'll be getting someone else to do the work and listening to
You'll
the
tell them how to do
conversation.
it.
Yeah. So command 2.
One
Wow.
more. One.
Oh come on.
Wow.
2 actions and you got 2 heat reduced.
Should we just roll for it now?
Let's do the vice nerds.
Right. This is
So
what we're rolling for. The
whatever
vice.
this roll is, -4, we get in coin.
So we need a 5 plus.
We need a 5 or a 6.
No.
You got a 1.
We lose 3 coin. No, we don't. We don't.
Well, you do. No, you do. You
No,
don't.
no, we don't. You shut your
The
mouth.
crows want money.
They've heard how badly we're
Yeah,
doing.
they're like, we need more. It's like the crows are like, we need to get the money out of them now before they lose it.
No, that was utterly terrible.
Yeah. So
I'm impressed.
there you go, mate. So, There you go.
Yeah. So the other thing, I guess, have we talked about the cohort?
No, we haven't.
Oh yeah, so
So
we got
last-
an XP level up, didn't we, last
Yep.
session? I think we've decided to enlist the help of an expert skulk, or someone who can sneak in the shadows, perhaps plant certain evidences, perhaps steal from certain people's, perhaps listen into people's conversations without being seen. Something that we tend to have difficulty doing, which is sneaking into places.
It's always stealth.
It's always stealth, yeah. We're not really stealthy people. Like
The last stealth mission you did, immediately desperate.
there's a flashlight on
Yeah,
you.
straight away to flashlight.
Okay.
Time before that, we would have ambushed them. Desperate, if the plan doesn't go ahead, you go into their ambush instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're going to enlist some help, really.
Okay. So, what action? How are you doing this?
How would we do this? I think we just... So we know I've got connection with a certain private investigation company.
You do.
So perhaps I'd...
Holtz Claymore.
But are they like above board, like mainly, or are they?
Yeah, no, Holtz Clermont. The Clermont and Sons are above board.
Okay, yeah. So maybe I'd just talk to Holtz, and I'd have like a conversation to basically under the guise of consorting with him, like try and get any stories of like crooked investigators he knows, or perhaps like stories that he's heard of people to perhaps get a lead on notable skulks in Doskvol.
Yeah. So the Clermont brothers. Sorry, it's not Clermont and Sons. It's the Clermont brothers.
Brothers,
yeah. Because there's three of them. Yeah, and Holtz is the elder one who actually goes out on jobs. When I say elder one, like he's the eldest of the three. You know, they're all quite young, like relatively speaking, like Bitling and Thadeus, like early 30s. They're ex-military or ex-police, or ex-blue coats, but they're a totally above board, totally legitimate company. Certainly, because of the nature of their work, they do know some disreputable people. The one thing I would say, and like this could be a devil's bargain, is you might arouse their own suspicions when you're trying to find dodgy people.
Right. Okay.
That could be a devil's bargain.
Yeah, I'll take it. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll consult with him.
Cool. So, what are you actually asking him?
So
I'm skull.
like Thaddeus' character is generally quite forward and straight to the point. He doesn't like dancing around a topic.
Yeah.
He's going to try and dance around a topic basically, which is probably why this danger comes in from this devil's bargain that we might arouse suspicion, because basically he's just going to start like next time he goes in to like ask him for an update on what he's been spying on Merrick about, like see what he's been up to. He's going to basically start like telling him stories about his own like military history and try and get out like ask the investigator like, oh, have you had any what's your strangest case and stuff like that, and then try and get around to the point of, has he done anything dodgy, like ask him leading questions basically, to try and see whether he would be willing to do something like below board.
Okay, cool.
But at the same time try and ask whether he's heard of anyone who does that. I don't know,
absolutely,
in a roundabout way. But I don't think Thadeus is particularly good at it as per.
So this, are you consulting them?
Consult.
Yeah, so you're trying to ask him as a friend, like, a couple of drinks, so what's your weirdest case? No way, why couldn't you catch them? Or what happened there? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what's your brother dealt with? Because again, they've had ties to the military and the police. Okay, cool. So, make your own, man. So your devil's bargain is that I will roll, the devil's bargain here is I will do a fortune roll for Holtz.
Okay.
Behind the scenes to see if his suspicions are aroused.
That's all we need right now. Some more suspicion on this, but
it
sounds good. A 6.
So okay, wow, you do it without consequence. Though the devil's bargain still happens.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So no, but you do it like you get the full. You get all of them stuff you want. So so there's 4 choices you've got here, or 4 main ones that stand out for you. So the first one he tells you about is Joseph Crouch.
Yeah.
Joseph Crouch is a lieutenant in the City Watch in the Bluecoats.
Okay.
He's one of those guys from what he tells you, and he's like, oh, he's like, I kind of like him, but. And Holt's has got a thick accent with his thick moustache. His accent is only thicker than his. The only thing thicker than moustache is his accent. He's like, who kind of like the end justifies the means. He's someone who's grizzled. He wants the job done. He sees himself as the defender of good and right, and that is why he takes shady jobs and deals. It's kind of like the end. Like he's the kind of blue coat lieutenant that will work with criminal element to catch a bigger criminal.
Yeah,
he tells himself.
So if you can prove that the means justifies the end.
That's how Joseph justifies it. What Holtz tells you is that Holtz thinks he's utterly corrupt.
Oh right. And
that's just how Joseph justifies to himself.
Yeah. Basically, if you pay him, then he'll do whatever you want.
Whereas Holtz is like, no chance. This guy, he's not he's not this paladin or crusader. He's just a corrupt guy. The one he mentions tells you that it's someone that he has butted heads with a few times, and that his brother has, and they've never been able to get her because of her ties. It's Juliet Green with an E on the end. Both of these are Acrosian so far. That he says that Juliet gets a contradiction. She is a high priestess in the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh,
right?
And that makes her he says multiple kind of sources of information kind of get blocked off with her. She is a person of secrets. You can also, at any point, you can ask more information about this because of your 6. You've also got Marcus Hildago. Marcos is COS as well. He's an artist. He's high society.
Ooh.
To be fair, Juliet Green's high society as well.
Okay.
And then the final one is Diana Crescent. And she is basically an actress. She does star in some plays.
Right.
She's also kind of like an information broker stroke dealer. She's one of those people that she kind of defies explanation in the sense that she just is. She's just a person who just seems to be there at the right time. He's dealt with her a few times, never directly, always indirectly, but she's an actress. That's her public persona as the actress. But because of the actress, and whether rumours of her sleeping with people or getting information that way, however she does it, she's just a font of information.
Right.
But all of these people have connections in their respective fields and are classed as, in game terms, skulks.
Right. Okay.
Able to be stealthy, get information, and be sneaky.
Okay. Cool.
Depending where you want to go. So you've got a blue coat lieutenant, you've got a high priestess in the religious, you've got an artist of high society, and then you've got someone a bit lower down, but able to kind of go up and down the ladder as needed.
Are they all Acrosian?
No, Mark is Diana, Joseph, and Juliet are all Acrosian. They're all from Doskvol or Doskvol continent, or Doskvol's continent. Marcus Hildago is a foreigner, which is what makes his artwork a bit more appreciated. He is.
Which one are you thinking?
Where is it? He's Dagger Isles. He's a deer. He's a Dagger Islander.
I think they all sound good in their own way.
You can find out more information about them individually, or whatever the case is, and see what their pros and their cons are if you like.
I think, yeah. What's the pros and the cons of the blue coat?
The blue coat. So, pro, or what you class as a pro. And this is all obviously information you find out from is you're talking to Holtz.
Yeah.
Is that he is seen by some people as the Crusader. That public persona does come off. He's the kind of guy his armor's pitted. He's kind of guy who has a bit of stubble. He's not always clean shaven. He's a fighter.
Yeah,
he gets the job done. He's not this clean cut guy. He's also known to be quite a good tactician.
Okay.
He gets the job done. Negatives on him. He is a bit reckless and a bit of a lone wolf when it comes to getting the job done. So he gets the job done. He can be reckless and a lone wolf.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
No.
And that his ambition and his vision blind him sometimes. In that this vision of him being the Crusader, that's his own thing, and if that can cause friction sometimes. His strength is also his weakness.
We need a new blue coat contact.
Yeah, but as soon as someone offers him more than we have, he's going to go off and side with them.
He's a lieutenant after all. He's got there for a reason. He's a good fighter. He's a good tactician.
Yeah.
You know, he's got there for a reason. However, he can be reckless. You know, and can go off on his own. And that he's got this ambition and what he sees like his sacred duty.
What about Juliet?
Juliet Green, the High Priestess. Right. So, if she's aware of something, it's usually important. She has access to important secret. What is usually considered important secrets. That's where Holtz tells you a lot of like stuff you have to deal with. You know, if it involves the church, it usually stops with her.
Yeah.
She's also someone who apparently leads secret services. She's involved with a couple of secret societies. He's not entirely sure which or what. He just knows she's just a person of secrets.
Right, based on the fact that Holmes told me information about him, I'm going to omit that information from Merrick when I tell him about it.
Okay. That makes sense.
To cross out the secret society stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, the Clan of the Rose.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of her negative things are, well, depends how you view a squeak opponent. A lot of her contacts and spies don't necessarily know who they work for.
Right. Okay.
One, that's a strength because it means that it's like a Hydra. You know, you cut off one head kind of thing, but the other ones continue to function.
Yeah.
The negative side of that is that its strength again is the weakness is that you can't always be sure where the information comes from. Either you trust her or you don't.
Right.
And she's not going to reveal that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like she's
difficult to.
She's secretive and she's naturally
Yeah.
secretive.
Yeah.
So whether you can trust her is another thing.
It's difficult to validate the facts she's giving you. She's
Exactly.
not always going to give you the full reasons for the information she's
She
giving.
puts herself first.
Yeah, she might have her own agenda.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is that she is extremely beautiful. And that draws attention. She uses it as a weapon. And this isn't like a misogynistic thing. She just does. It's a skill she's got. She uses it. Very like, you know, Black Widow Marvel kind of thing. And that's what she does.
Yeah.
It's something she's aware of. But it's almost beautiful to the point that people find it unnerving.
Okay.
Which has nothing to do with secret societies. What a shame.
So basically, just know she's good at secrets. Is what Merrick would know. She deals a lot of secrets. Yeah, hidden spy. She's got a hidden spy network or informant network, and she's unnervingly good looking.
Oh, I still want to take her just because I want to ask her questions about you.
Okay.
Joseph or her are the ones that interest me.
Alright, Diana? Are you interested in the other two?
The other two.
Yeah, I'm interested. Just like see what they have to offer.
Diana Crescent.
Yeah.
She knows when anyone's lying to her, which makes her particularly good at discovering information.
Okay, so
She's
a slide.
She's unnervingly good at detecting falsehoods.
Okay.
Same.
A negative line for it, she's a bit flitting in that she often starts things and always see it through. If you can get her to see her job through, great, but possibly the nature of the creative or that she's often running after a lot of different things.
Right, okay.
Attention's divided, she's not always focused.
Yeah.
She does come from a wealthy background, but she's estranged. And being an actress, what you do hear is that she has numerous suitors call upon her, which she uses to find information out. She can usually kind of get in places she needs to, whether by legitimate means, i.e. using her family name still, or her connections, or literally lying and getting through by pretending to be someone else, i.e. she's very much like a slide.
Yeah.
She's an actress. She uses that both professionally and personally to get what she needs.
Yeah, she does seem as interesting as the other two.
Got a good idea for a score. Sorry, I've just had a
And
moment of.
The artist, Marcos Hidalgo.
Yeah.
So he's a famous artist. That in itself means a lot of people flock to him, and he has a good ear for gossip and secrets.
How famous?
Pretty famous. Like most of the school have heard of him.
Okay.
Particularly those in the art scene or the scene of wealth.
Yeah.
You know, you ask like
famous on a mainstream level or famous just in the art community?
Peer driven. If you ask the average person in Crow's Fort or Dunslow if they've heard of him, maybe like shopkeepers or people who deal in the news have, but the average person on the street would be like, who's that? But you ask anyone, if you know kind of thing. You know, anyone of import would know who he is. So, yeah, he has a good ear for secrets. And he can insinuate himself into a lot of places. He does draw a lot of controversy for... Well, there are rumours that there are occult hidden messages in his artwork of forgotten gods and deities. He's extremely fashionable and cutting edge. In that, the controversy, makes me want to around him.
Okay.
Yeah. However, his art, sometimes, being the nature of an artist, is that he's gone months or even a couple of years in the past without letting anyone see his artwork. Like, his studio is a thing of mystery and wonder. Anyone who knows about him is like, this guy's incredible, but he produces so few works, even though he constantly works on it. Some of his peers, like from what you've heard, is that they've been to his studio and he said that he's got hundreds of pieces, but in his eyes, none of them are good enough, so he doesn't release them.
Yeah.
Right.
And that there are people out there who would pay fortunes just to get them, but he just doesn't. No, that's not happening.
Okay.
It's not happening.
Cool. Very interesting. I am sort of thinking between Joseph and Juliet, though.
Yeah.
I think
it's one of the two.
I think Thadeus just for the. He's stuck between practicality and his own paranoia at the minute, because he would really like some information about this Clan of the
Rose.
Clan of the Rose, yeah. I think he'd come back and suggest Joseph and Juliet as potential candidates. Joseph because of the Blue Coat connection and obviously the usefulness that has, especially at this point in time.
So, to Merrick, I think that Juliet would be his preference, just because her only downside seems to be that she's secretive, and I mean, who isn't in Doskvol?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own gender, everyone has their own secrets.
Yeah. I mean, both are dangerous people if they get flipped.
That is the game we play.
Yeah, we'll go for Juliet,
Okay.
High Priestess.
Cool.
So I guess we'll try and get in contact with her at the
Yeah.
Church of the Ecstasy and ask her to come for a meeting at the Silken Noose.
Let me just make some notes. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, she'll do that.
Okay.
She turns up.
And basically we'll try and persuade her or talk to her and get her on a payroll, basically. And say we don't have a job for her now, but trying times are coming.
So, Juliet Green. Let's get her character profile. Just be un momento when I put this together.
Alright.
Yeah, so what I was thinking for the score, just to, I guess, converse about it. So obviously we're at war with the Grinders right now. They've got massive SCOV support and sentiment. What if we could, obviously the SCOVs had a revolution and it was drummed up by a leading SCOV figure or Fireborn.
Yep.
What if we could market someone in the same light as all Fireborn, but from a Crozen point of view, and say, like, try and organise a march for solidarity, basically, with the Acrosians, right? We get a prominent, like, figure in Crow's Foot, say, like, like a wealthy merchant or something like that, to start talking, or basically using the printing press as well to organise this event, basically, which is a collection of people, a demonstration of solidarity between Acrosians. that's the guys, right? What we actually do is once they're there, we try and drum up the idea that we should reclaim Skov held properties in Crow's Foot, and basically suggest that we go and take some of the grinders' turf off them. The turf which is located in Crow's Foot, basically, or if there is any in Crow's Foot. If not, then we'll march to one of their territories and trying to enact like this mob mentality to try and get them to help us take the.
So basically, we're inciting a right wing
a right wing mob to take Skov owned property away from Skovlanders. What do you think?
I like it.
Sounds interesting for a score, doesn't it?
It sounds interesting. It doesn't feel great, but it sounds interesting. Yeah, we've got the graphic already there with the printing press.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think of it until then. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, sparked an idea. It's interesting enough, I think.
Yeah.
Try and get the mob to do some of the dirty work, but. I think our thugs would be up for it as well. Like they're pro.
Oh yeah.
They're pro Crow's Foot.
Yeah, I imagine like anti-Skov sentiments all in the introductory documents for our new starters.
Yeah, and if we could fund it, but not necessarily, we'd probably have to do some of the legwork actually. But obviously, it's bound to kick up some notice. From the Bluecoats, but I think I like it as an idea. It's quite an interesting score, I think, to try and do a bit of social manipulation in the background.
Yeah,
and there might actually be some like physical action as well, like if the crowd gets out of hand. Or,
oh yeah, probably.
Or there's Skov backlash, or I don't know, something like that.
So what is that? Juliet Green. So she replies to your letter, your contact, saying in a fair handwriting, saying it's extremely interesting.
Yeah.
She is always looking to help those in need, and it's all fair, flowery language of, given the recent terrible tribulations the city has faced, and your district in particular. I understand, I've heard some of the things you guys do, however I do not judge, and I'm willing to discuss, what can be done to make our fair city a better place for all, etc, etc, etc. And reading between the lines, it's that she knows where power is and what power is, what you guys do and how power is used for people. She's not naive. She's willing to meet with you. So when she turns up, a person with a heavy cloak, tall boots, a collared shirt knocks at the door, but it's definitely female. She appears to be in her early 30s. She's tall, she's quite athletic. You notice that, like, she's slim, but you get the sense it's muscled. You can see, from when she takes her cloak off and it's got a collared shirt on, you can see, just the way she moves with an air of grace. She's not what you'd imagine a priestess to be, in the sense that, you have this image of, flowing robes, and while she might dress like that on sermon days, here, this just looks like someone who looks like a bit like a runner or a gymnast. If she had to run or fight, she already could do so. Yeah. She's got wavy brown hair. Sometimes she pulls it back into a ponytail. Very fair features, fair skin, prominent cheekbones, cuts to kind of like a heart-shaped face. And as she sits down, she takes a cloak off. She almost immediately makes herself at home with an air of confidence.
Thank you for meeting us on such short notice, Juliet.
She nods, and then seems to await your proposal.
We know where power lies in the city. It's in the obtaining of information. We feel like, I've heard great things from you, that you are a vessel of great information. I'm going to cut straight to the point. Can you be bought? And can we work together?
Thadeus, ever the subtle speaker. Subtlety of a brick thrown in someone's face. Her response is that she will not be bought, but she will work with you. basically says that loyalty is not for sale. It's earned.
Favours for favours, then.
Yeah, something like that.
I like that even more. You know, as a Crowsians from the Crow's Foot don't like to part with a penny when we don't have to.
Okay. Juliet will reply to say that, yeah, the favours for the favours will help. She will help you, and in turn, she expects information and a reciprocal relationship from you guys. In the sense that, so in game terms, she will work with you. She's a skulk.
Yeah.
And that when she asks for information, she will expect it in return. As you say that to the girl, the woman stands up and says to you, "This sounds suitable. I'm sure Juliet will agree with you."
Okay.
And you realise it's not Juliet. It's someone who looks like her.
Okay. She's got a double.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, it's a double.
Cool.
You can take it that Juliet has agreed, and now you have Juliet. But it wasn't her.
Yeah.
Is there any like one word pros and cons for
Yeah, we'll make him now.
Okay.
Where is this? The cohort section. The first one is she is principled.
Is that a pro? Oh, it is. No,
it's a consequence.
It's a consequence. Yeah.
So she. Oh, actually, let me just double check. Sorry.
No.
Crew creation cohort.
Our thugs are principled, and that's a con.
Yeah, they will not do it against Crow's Foot.
Yeah. It gives them limitations.
And a vegan.
And the vegan.
Okay, edges. She is independent, and she is fearsome.
Okay.
Fearsome is that she is terrifying in aspect of reputation. Mostly reputation here, and i.e. that people who are aware of her.
Oh, so they're both pros.
They're both pros.
Sorry.
She's fearsome, and she's independent. She will make good decisions. She'll act on her own initiative and in the absence of others, and that she basically uses her reputation and power position to get things done.
Yeah.
In turns, she is principled. She has an ethical value. She will not betray, and she is unreliable. She is not always available due to other obligations.
Do we know what that ethical value is?
No. You can certainly find out, though, if you wish to investigate her more. What you do know, in terms of ethics here, it's not so much ethics, as her value is she comes first. Think of it that way.
Yeah. She put herself self-interests first. Yeah, that's what.
As long as your interests are aligned with hers,
yeah,
you won't have an issue. Is what you get from her.
Yeah.
But she tells you on certain terms, fairly. It's that I'm a public figure, or the girl tells you before she reveals she's not Julia. I'm a public figure. I'm part of the church. My career comes first, and that we can help each other. Again, that reciprocal information, that's fine. But yeah.
Once she's agreed to work with us, I'll pen a letter asking her what she knows about the Clan of the Rose, and thanking her for meeting us in proxy, I suppose.
Yeah.
And we hope for a. I'll put at the end. I'll just put P.S. Do you know what the Clan of the Rose is?
She does. And she will tell you.
Oh, that's good. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like doing this.
You found out more than I could.
Well, is it just that he's asking this? I'm guessing it is. He's wrote the letter.
Yeah, because
Questions when Merrick find it.
Yeah, I mean Merrick's a smart guy. He might have inklings that she might know about.
Yeah, I mean, how long are you going to keep hidden that she's part of secret society?
Exactly. Yeah,
like, how long can Merrick not know?
I just want to know now.
Okay, where is it gone? I have the. Oh, here we go. I'm literally gone past it 4 times. I've even started. The Clan of the Rose. Yeah, they're a front. They're a front. They're a cult. So what you find out is that it's run by, in particular, 3 people.
And by 3.
Yeah. One of which you've met is Mr. Harper. Mr. Harper. Yeah, the liar, the one who you knew was lying to you. it's a front for a cult of sorts. She tells you this much, that the recruiters, so they get people in by basically talking and focus on students.
Yeah.
And those of promise or potential, they then recruit or initiate into the official clan proper. She believes it is something for a vampire. She thinks it's recruitment for a vampire.
It's vampiric.
If they've got vampiric ties. The main person, or the one who she believes is the main recruiter, and it's multiple people. Harker is one of the like well-known figures. He's the general, like, you know.
He's the front, is he?
He's the greeter.
Yeah.
It's Melrose Mellison is the leader.
Yeah.
She's 22. It's the one you've seen her. She's the red-haired, pale, quite good-looking girl, quite pretty. Melrose Mellison. And she reports to a Leopold Zablueva, who is not part of the clan official. She reports to him. But what Juliet will tell you is, though Mellison reports to him, she is not sure out of two of them which really has the power. While Leopold is, you know, her boss in inverted commas, she thinks that Mellison, what she'll tell you, is that is working together, and this is like a gesture of goodwill,
Right.
starting to work with you guys. That Melrose is someone she would not consider by any means light or to be trifled with. That while she's young, she's exceedingly ambitious.
Right. Okay.
And she's the one, basically said I see a bit of myself in her, in that she's the one that I think out of the two of them, like while Leopold's the one officially in charge,
Yeah.
she might have him tied around her finger.
Right. Okay.
But Leopold is a recruiter for what she believes to be a vampire. Someone who has a network of contacts and informants in the city, who she doesn't know. She has no real interest because it's never had to deal with her.
Yeah.
Or to deal with them. But it's just she recognises the actions. If you wish to find out more, you certainly can do. But that's what I believe.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to know what it was. Basically, I haven't been.
It's a front. It's a recruitment for a vampire cult, or a cult who work for a vampire. Which, of course, is completely legal, and the spirit wardens will do everything they can to kill them.
Yeah.
Well, Thadeus makes meticulous notes of all the information he's found about Merrick in a special book, which he keeps in his workshop. There may or may not be booby traps.
I'd love to see in the front of it. It's like Merrick, keep out.
Merrick dash vampire question mark?
on a big chalkboard. Like, just flip it round. When Merrick comes in. Yeah, so we've got like wires coming up, Clan the Rose, question mark, vampire.
So I've seen
Shit, maybe. Oh no, that is.
So I've seen in Matilda, you just pull a chain and all the walls just like rotate around.
Yeah.
I think that's the conclusion that Thadeus would do due to his paranoia, he would instantly assume that Merrick is a vampire or has some sort of vampiric.
I think that makes sense.
Oh, what have we done? Just the fact that he's trying, because I don't know, he'd have an overestimation of what Merrick knows as well. He'd be going, he knows this because of that, because he's trying to find friends within Doskvol because he's a vampire and he's alone. I don't know how it's happened. Maybe with the Severosi pirates and stuff like that. Maybe they turned him, and like he's jumping to all these conclusions based on
That's how he flies.
Based on some like good information and some just like leaps of faith, which is mainly due to his paranoia and mainly due to his overestimation of what Merrick knows about himself. Like he just assumes that Merrick knows perfect information about what's wrong with him, and I think he'd probably think he's some sort of vampire. How well known are vampires in is it more like a legend sort of thing?
Yeah, it is. But what Thadeus would have heard, what Thadeus would think, and what people of the underworld know, is, or what the average person would think. So I'll rephrase that. The average layman, it's a myth, it's a legend. So those who have dealt with whispers, it's seen more as it's someone with power, right? Like, you know, it's a term that's been given. That was a story that's been given to people who can do weird things, like that explanation for how they're doing that. Oh, you know, the vampire.
Oh, right. Okay.
But rarely it's whispers. You know.
Yeah.
But
so like two explanations are like it was either a ghost or if it happened in like a physical sense, it was a vampire. If it was weird.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But if you ask someone like Tombstone, she'd say, "Oh no, they're 100% real. They're absolutely real." You know,
I probably would ask Tombstone.
then she would tell you they are
like,
real.
Yeah,
And that
about ghosts.
everyone's heard of Lord Skurlock, which is he's probably the most famous vampire in the city because he's still alive. He's been around for a long time, but people, the average person assumes, especially in the underworld, is that it's a title passed by person to person,
Right.
Dread Pirate Robert style. For those who assume the guy's a persona of Lord Skurlock.
Okay.
And he's not really like this immortal vampire. It's just, it's a legend that's been played
Right.
up to.
Okay.
But whispers are like, no, there's demonic forces out there. There are demons, and vampires are real.
I think Thaddeus would ask Whisper, Tombstone about whether she's had any dealings with vampires, and ask her about how they're generally combated against.
Yeah.
And if she gives me information, the standard, stake through the heart.
Am I getting a stake through the heart?
Wait. Blessed water or anything like that. Any potential anything like that. I think Thaddeus would keep that on his person, and it would take up one load on any scores coming up. Just to have him on it, or have it on him at all times.
So you've hit on one of Tombstone's true desires here, and she's very happy to talk about it.
Okay.
She says a vampire is the apex of existence, and that basically she wants to become one.
That's the top form.
That's what she believes.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
And for the first time, you see Tombstone kind of go quite lucid for extended periods of time.
So she's talking sense for
For a lot longer.
For a lot
than usual.
longer.
And she's using a normal voice, not like the multiple weird voices she often
Right,
uses.
okay.
Because Tombstone's tapped, right? Or to
Yeah.
the appearance, she's tapped.
yeah.
The quote of Nietzsche, what Tombstone kind of thing is that those who were seen to be dancing were thought insane by those who couldn't hear the music. Tombstone basically believes, I can hear the music, you can't. I don't really care if you think I'm crazy because I know I'm not. Or Joker-esque style, like that. I'm not insane. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy. This is all part of the job.
Yeah.
What she does is about vampires. Vampires need to consume life essence from a living human. A vampire is the immortal spirit animating an undead body. It's the union, and it makes it immortal of a spirit and flesh. The mortal body is a reflection or an imperfection. Its spirit is trapped in the body almost. A vampire spirit is literally one and the same with the body, and thus making it immortal. The way that spirit's immortal is that perfect unison of the flesh and the spirit, as opposed to the spirit being inhabited in the body. Some things, about what she does with vampires, what she knows is that you cannot enter a residence without explicit permission.
Okay.
So you have to, let vampires in, you must invite them in. Like all spirits, they can be repelled in the same way with spirit bane charms, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's like basically a crucifix, right?
Yeah.
They have to sleep in dark, silent places. They're also bound to the body as well. Right. And then other stories are, they're bestial, they're horrific, they can see through things, they can hear things, they are, great seductive or powerful. And this is where people think vampires are just stories, someone who's really good at being a whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tombstone's no, it's another level.
It's another level.
Yeah,
right.
it's that people who don't understand whispers think they whisper because whispers can do crazy stuff like call down power and tempest. But anyone who's a whisper's no, this is another level. This is, and Tombstone uses the word apex. It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
You've seen how she walks through the ghost field. She loves it. She walks the paths of the dead and the highways of the dead. She wants to have that bond where she can pass through either world without hesitation.
Yeah, I think Thaddeus would make a conscious effort to collect implements which he feels would be good to combat a vampire, so like a spirit bane charm.
Yeah.
What else?
Specifically to combat them.
Yeah.
Whispers are good at it, just because it's arcane. We can banish them. Where's it gone? So, arcane is particularly potent against the vampire.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you just take, so there's a piece of equipment you can take in as a load, which is arcane implements.
Yeah.
Basically, from now on, Thaddeus will take arcane implements on every score in an aid to combat a vampire potentially.
Basically, the way it works is you have to use enough arcane power to basically trauma them
Right.
in
okay.
game terms,
Yeah.
and then when they're traumatized, if they're hit again, then their spirit's destroyed.
Right. I see.
So it's that whole like, you know, stake through the heart, it goes into mist and you've got to kill it while it's
yeah.
mist or in its resting place.
Yeah.
In this one, it's that you've got to basically take level 3 or 4 harm, i.e. they've got to be incapacitated, and then when they are unable to resist, that's when you can destroy it. But it's all arcane, and arcane is the most powerful thing against them.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I have no more.
Tombstone also will tell you that she wants to become like a vampire that doesn't have that weakness, which is why she learned so much about the arcane
Right.
that
okay.
she can always combat against it.
Yeah.
You know, like forewarned is forearmed.
So if she can like isolate her mind from being tapped by the arcane, she could potentially stop.
Yeah, whether it's true or not, part of you might be like, this woman is absolutely insane. Cool. Like more than I even realised, she's insane.
I don't know whether you got snippets of like what
The score.
Score.
No, but before that, 2 things happen.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
You might like one of them. First of all, you get a letter from Dr. Uriel Krabskidich
Oh yeah.
asking you to meet him at your earliest convenience. No rush. He says I have information regarding the grinders that you might be interested in, and as you asked me to investigate them, I thought it would be prudent for me to share my findings with you. This is addressed to Ibrahim, of course. You know, for your book, your research, and as an interest of patriots of the city. You know, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Flowery language. You know, yours faithfully, your ever loving friend. You know, Krabskidich. You know, Krabskidich. And the second thing is, All Fireborn has asked to meet you. Saying that after your help with the previous efforts of basically rousing the Scots, he wants to enlist your help again because they're being oppressed to fuck. So he wants your help. It's like, you know, like it worked last time, didn't it? Let's, like why mess with a winning formula?
We need to go steal Fireball.
I might just do it. Just do it.
Are you going to poison more Scot kids?
I might just do it to raise tensions in the city even more.
That'd be funny.
Sell them some drugs. Well, we should definitely.
We should definitely go to both of those. Those are both good things.
I don't know about the Ulf one. I
wanna go
feels
to-
like a trap more than anything.
True.
Like it feels like a trap.
He's like, I've got vampires to the left of me, Scots to the right of me, stuck in the middle. Yeah, they're the 2 contacts.
I want to go to both.
I'll go to Krabskidich. I don't think Thadeus would be up for the All Fireborn one. Go to Krabskidich.
We should go. We'll go to Crabfish first, and then I'll convince you.
So
I'll laugh if this was a trap.
you going to the Centrulia Club?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So you're at Centrulia Club. You find a private room. You have a drink. You do not see Harper.
Okay.
You just
That's good.
As the crackling fires, you know, make a nice warmth of the room. You sit in the closed room. The doors, high back chairs, lovely velvet, lovely drapes, lovely drinks, and lovely conversation. Uriel pulls out some papers, leans back, starts smoking a small cigarette. His, you know, wizened hands and his grey hair, his salt and pepper hair more than anything. He's about in his 50s. He's a man who, you know, has lived a not hard life, but a life of drinking and smoking and arguing.
Yeah.
And he looks like he has. And he tells you, my dear friends, thank you for coming, especially so quickly.
Yes,
You know, at your behest, I've looked into, you know, spoke to my friends and the Daines, and the grinders are the terrible revolutionaries you thought them to be. More so, they are now terrorists.
They are.
They are indeed terrorists. And I thought I should tell you particularly, there is a witness to this terrible ordeal, a Pordering, a Captain Niall Pordering.
yes.
And he uses the perfect pronunciation of Dagger Islanders. You can see this, the man had learned the culture of man. The
Yes.
perfect pronunciation.
Don't want to be embarrassed in court.
Who tells awful lies that he was manipulated by a gang to tell falsehoods and write a confession under duress. And he describes you, though he does not use your names, he describes you perfectly. Now you have affiliations with the underworld. And I thought you should be aware of this, that someone is besmirching your good name. And that, as your friend, I'm sure you will see it in your hearts to return the favour for my work in quashing this before it took off.
Of course.
Before I can go any further, I've assured my friends in the legal institutions that such lies are of course to be expected. The man is trying to distance himself from revolutionaries, and that any revolution would use a good liar. Of course, his convincing his story would check out, because they all have taken steps to make it appear so. And he tells you basically that, yeah, I'm aware that you guys definitely had more than just a hand in what happened.
Okay.
And that I don't particularly care.
Yeah.
It sounded like he wants something in return. Like, what does he want in return?
Nothing immediately.
Right.
He is getting in your good graces. He's, look, as a friend, I'm not asking for anything now.
Okay.
I'm letting you know, game respects game, right?
Yeah,
we both, that I am aware, and I have taken these steps that you should be aware.
Awful business.
To deal with it, and I would hope you would think good of your good friend Krabskidich.
We appreciate your help very much. So.
Yeah, without breaking eye contact, I'll say, what a scumbag.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to trust him.
Yes, exactly. And that when the time comes, I would hope you would render your good friend.
Oh, of course. Of course.
He doesn't need money. He's quite healthy.
Yeah.
It's that information and favours. Yeah.
How goes the case?
Oh, fairly good. I'm sure you've seen the papers.
Yes. It appears that the entire city has jumped to the same, obvious conclusion that we did.
Indeed obvious. There is a lot of evidence. They are quite sloppy. I hear there are traces of chemical compound. I heard about these swabs. I've never heard of this before. You spoke about these swabs that turn red in the presence of gunpowder. Extreme amounts.
Isn't modern technology marvellous?
Phenomenal. One that could almost not believe such a thing exists.
It was a closely guarded secret by the army. You see, I worked with explosives, and they used to check people's bags to make sure they weren't smuggling bombs.
You know so much about it. It's almost like you were there.
No, I as I said,
He is an ex-military man.
yes. I know the inner workings of the military like the back of my hand. It's a closely guarded secret, but they can't keep everything secret.
No, of course not. Doskvol is a city of information and deceit.
Well, we thank you for your help anyway, Mr. Krabskidich.
I remain ever your servant.
Or Dr. Krabskidich.
He's Doctor, yes.
Thank you, Dr. Crabstitch.
He signs his name off with like multiple letters, like DR, PhD, MBE, ONS, brackets.
Yes.
Yeah. He also signs off SSS and BSS.
Bullshit.
Which means
Slinger.
bronze swing certificate and silver swing certificate.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Krabskidich.
Easy, Red Dwarf.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. I don't think we should go for the meeting with Ulf Ironborn.
No?
You can. I don't think Thaddeus would.
I think...
Well, we can
I
go
worry
with
about our relationship with Ulf Ironborn. I think it's not something that we should ignore. Then it depends whether the water rats have gotten to him first, doesn't it?
Yes. He knows that one of our jobs got his man killed.
Such an awful accident.
I don't want to be involved in any Scov rebellion again. That was an awful mistake. But I'll tell you what, Merrick, I say we start our own.
An Acrosian riot?
Yeah? Do you not hear my plan?
I have bits of it.
Should we do that as a score? Or?
Incites citywide violence against the...
I think we need to push back as a people, the Acrosians. We're stuck in the middle. Bombed by the Scobs. Thaddeus is starting to believe his own lies.
It's like, have you seen this paper? Have you seen the Doskvol True Speaker?
By Thadeus Clinker.
Yeah, by Thadeus.
Yeah. I think that should we do that? Or if you want to go see Ulf, we can do. But I feel like it's going to be a trap. I really do.
Yeah, probably.
It's up to you though. We can go.
as long as there is coin to be made, let
Okay.
us continue
So,
with the plan.
Matt, what we're going to try and do,
Okay.
we're going to try and take some turf off the grinders.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, how we're going to do that is basically we're going to organise a rally, right? An Acrosian rally in Crow's Foot.
Yeah.
So we're going to contact all of the local business owners.
The bake sale, yeah.
We're going
Okay.
to look at contact all the business owners, get everyone in for a meeting, basically like a town hall sort of style forum.
A guild hall meeting.
Yeah, like a guild hall meeting, like a forum.
Use the newspaper to push your
Yeah, push the agenda. Like use the newspaper to get the word out there. We'll have like a guild hall meeting with all the prominent members of the merchants and stuff like that of the city.
Just a quick note. Is this going to be held in a beer hall?
In a warehouse.
In a beer hall.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Is it going to be a push? Like a beer hall push.
What is that?
It's what Hitler did.
Oh right.
The Munich beer hall putsch. He attempted to take power.
He was.
kinda.
I mean,
Are you going to shout angrily?
all the bad things he did, he was still a good leader. So that is a good idea.
Wow.
No, I mean
Yeah,
in terms of like
He knew how to take power.
He was-
he knew how to take power.
Effective.
No, it's not going to be a beer hill push though. It will just be a forum with the local merchants.
Just in a beer hall.
No,
Okay.
in a wine cellar.
Okay, so form with the local merchants.
Yeah. We're basically going to try and persuade one of the merchants to become like a figure like Ulfheimerborn. Like,
community leader.
like
Okay,
a community
okay,
leader.
okay.
We're going to organise a community rally where it's going to be like a talk or like what do they call it, like a march or something like that, and we're going to set
a
a
rally, yeah.
a rally. And basically, while he's doing a rally, just under like normal means, like saying we're Acrosian, we shouldn't stand for this, we shouldn't stand for the Scov, like bombing our people on our own
Oh my
land.
god, you're the BMP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what I said.
Yeah.
It's going to be a rally like, but we're going to seed information into the crowd or have like plants in the crowd who are basically going to try and get people to cheer and or we might even just try and persuade
You
him.
are the Acrosian Defence League.
Yeah. We're going to try and get the march to turn from just like a general gathering and a rally to enacting action
Yeah.
to take back Scov hold properties in
my God.
Crowsville.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and twist the rally to do that, and then basically march on some of the grinders' turf and try and take it forcibly from them under the guise of a political. I guess not really political, but more of a.
So you say you're leaving plants in there. What are these plants doing? Are they going to be like shouting pro-Scov stuff to get people riled up?
No, like.
They're going to incite.
Oh, they're going to incite the action.
Let's take it back, and then perhaps even like
take our country back.
Yeah.
perhaps like
Make
even
Doskvol
like
great again.
because it's like numerous talks, isn't there? Like people go up on stage, they talk for a bit, they
that's
come
what
back,
Brogan does.
and basically we're gonna call him back and then like whisper in his ear and try and persuade him to push that agenda, and then get him back up on stage, and then basically try and incite some action.
Sounds
What
good.
we're going to be doing at the same time is just basically crowd control, and then perhaps like trying to protect the atmosphere and the rally, and try and maybe if some Scovs turn up, just like.
Are you wearing brown shirts?
What?
Are you going to be wearing some like uniform like brown shirts
With an SS on it.
with a little like?
No, nothing like that. No.
I think based on how well it worked last time as well, we should probably sell some spark there. Get people really like.
Yeah, we might as well push some business as well. We'll try and sell some spark there. We'll have our thugs in the audience to do a bit of crowd control in case things get a bit too leery, or if any trouble turns up, like
the muscle.
Like
You're the puppet and the muscle.
yeah, we'll provide security for the.
Sorry, the puppeteers.
But that's what we're gonna aim to do, and we'll see what.
Okay,
happens.
cool.
Yeah.
And before that happens, you have another visitor.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a single man. He doesn't knock. He just walks into the middle of the silken noose, turns around his long coat, and just demands to see the either Thadeus or Merrick. He's quite tall, thin, wiry hair goes down past his ears. He's got this long coat. He's tall, very gaunt. Looks like he's slept in days.
Does he look like a homeless person?
Yeah.
By any chance?
He looks like he's not a far cry from one.
Does he have any sick down his
He's
coat?
got strange stains that you're not sure
right,
what
okay.
it is.
Tried sick maybe. I think I'd go out, or me and Merrick. Yeah,
we can both come out.
Yeah. As he comes out, he turns to you, and you see now as man, he's wearing a long trench coat, which you could easily hide multiple weapons in.
Right.
Stained trousers, the coat stains, high boots, well worn. This looks like a man who has seen a lot of action. Almost like a Deathland scavenger kind of vibe to him, but someone who's like kind of rehabilitated but never quite fit in. He's got this grey stringy hair. It looks like he's washed in days, and he's just this gaunt look in his features, almost emancipated. It looks like he hasn't slept in days, but his eyes are alert and sharp. This is Pit Whipple, the infamous hound of the Hushed Bell assassins. And as he stands there, he goes, "You're the leaders of the Blackwater. We got your letter."
Ah. You're a member of the Hush Bell, then?
Yeah. As he is looking at it, he goes to sit down on the sofa, and there's a guy like half passed out, and he just pushes him off into the floor and just puts his feet up on the table.
And who might we be addressing?
My name is Mr. Pit Whipple. And he's a crow. It's almost like an air of, yeah, I know who I am. I hear you got someone that needs killing.
Yeah? Do you accept the job? Or do you need more information?
Well, I've come looking for information, what you've got first, but 5 coin. Yeah, we can do that. What's this some bitch done to put out a bounty on his head? What's the good doctor done?
He has been accusing us of all kinds. It's
Awful.
A hate smear against us.
Yeah.
Smear campaign, isn't it? Want him silenced.
Yes, demanded 5 coin and is a blackmail, but I feel like that 5 coin could go somewhere more deserving.
Yeah. My friend would like you. Yeah. Well, and then he asks for any information you've got as a lazy starting me, just to make sure that what he says they've already started doing the job, they've already started looking. So they've got some ticks on the clock already.
Right.
He's just come to corroborate information and make sure
Yeah.
that it's all above board.
I'll stress that.
Above board in the underworld.
Yeah.
I'll stress that we want to send a message as well, and that's why we came to them.
Yeah.
You'll turn around and go, yeah, I guess you did when you hired us.
Do I see like a bulge like rippling like?
You do
in his
actually.
coat?
Yeah, you see little ferret ticks. Seems to like eat something from within his hair.
Oh, gross.
And then go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wish you luck anyway, Pit.
Don't need it.
I like you.
This is a vile human being. By any standards.
Is Merrick just thinking he's bad for business, like seeing him in the...
Yeah, I think I'd...
As he stands up, he picks the guy off the floor and
Yeah.
puts him back in and like dusts his shoulders. And then the guy just kind of tips over and he's like,
Can we get you any drinks or anything like that?
nah, I'd be on my way. Got some, work to do. Duty calls?
We await your report.
Cool.
He seems to walk out without acknowledging the final sentence.
Cool.
And it's just like an air of like a smell where he was.
Yeah.
Like it trails, like almost like smell lines coming off him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like take the cushions up, like take the like covers off the cushions and just like wash them.
I light a few candles.
So yeah, you met Pit Whipple, the chief hound.
I hope he does well.
Yeah.
Out of game, Pit Whipple was Lewis's character.
Yeah, no,
Pre-stream.
prologue, yeah.
Who has now become... He did well, is now an official NPC. You also know that... what was it? It was Mr. Darvis Craston. Mr. Craston is out of prison. He didn't indeed go in.
Cool. He's out.
He's out. And Clay Delmore, the chief enforcer.
Right.
Cool.
I think we've outlined what we want to do for us.
Are you not going to see Ulf then?
We're not going to go see
Obviously
Ulf.
not. Okay, cool.
Not right now.
Always leave the door open.
We'll see.
You're not going to see him while doing a pro-Acrosian rally. So
We've decided to go another way.
Yeah. Do we actually have +1 with anybody? Okay, we've got Silver Nails.
Silver Nails, Deathland
Deathland
Scavengers, the Crows, still +1.
Amazingly.
Oh, we've done work for them. We bombed someone for them. All Fireborn is still +1, but I'll probably change.
Yeah, the Crows +1 or +2?
+1 at the minute. I've got. I don't know. There might be.
Oh, sorry. I've got written down here. They
I've
are
not
a
dated.
+3.
Crows now.
Yeah, they are an alliance.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
The red sashes are essentially neutral with you.
Yeah.
But it's the crows is what's working between you. As long as the crows remain good, the crows have an alliance with the red sashes. As long as you got an alliance with the crows, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Are we still +1 with all Fireborn? All that change? I know we're -3 with.
So
the
the current
grinders.
stats, what it should be, is the Silver Nails are +2.
Yeah.
Grinders are now -3.
Yeah.
The +2 with the crows as well was the fact that you bombed the place for them and
Yeah.
the heat.
Yeah.
Old Fireborn is now a -2.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, what we got as dude killed.
Like after everything now is now -2.
Yeah.
Is that after not going
Yeah.
to his thing?
Yeah.
Is it -1 before that?
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay.
Red sashes is crows are +3. Deathland Scavengers +1.
Yeah. I think that's everything. Other than the lamp blacks. Sorry, the blue coats and but
Yeah.
we're cool.
I guess with 0, but whichever it is.
Yeah, that you're aware of. Yeah.
Make it a little bit better.
Oh, you are -1 with the blue coats now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What have we done to them?
Committed crimes.
Apart from that.
They're just aware of you now consistently. They've tried to arrest you several times and nothing happened. They've arrested some of your crew periphery, but yeah, they're not mega.
Those warrants just keep
They're
getting
just
lost.
they're more aware of you than ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So. Okay, cool. So I think we've got our plan to go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll have a quick break, get something to eat. Back in about 15 minutes, guys. Get a drink, get something to eat, and then we'll see how this rally goes.
I like rallies.
I like rallies. Hopefully, Doskvol like rallies.
Yeah.
Cool.
See you then.
See you in a bit.
See that?